Tonality in music has got a lot of solid ground structurally and theoretically. There are 12 major and 12 minor basic chords, or harmonic blocks as I like to call them, and these are the basic units of tonal vocabulary. Each block has got a solid structure, a root, a third and a fifth. We always feel the root as the resolve place, the home note, and the third always makes the harmony of the block feel either major or minor. So in this block, B, the root is home. This is home. This is not home. This is not home. This is home. We really sense that clearly. And root and the fifth sound great together. We can feel the root, fifth, and the third makes it major or minor in this case. Minor, B minor. We also sense relative major and minor pairs of harmonic blocks. So B minor and D major are relative major minor harmonic blocks. Here's another pair. Here's C and A minor. It's a very strong relationship. So if I do another one, if I play F sharp, you won't be surprised to hear that E flat minor or D sharp minor is its relative minor. Very strong relationships. And we naturally hear how diatonic families of 6 harmonic blocks all relate to each other very, very clearly. So if I play B again, its relative minor is G sharp minor, so that's one pair of the 6. There's also E, and its relative minor C sharp minor, and there's also F sharp, and its relative minor D sharp. You can hear how strong those relationships are. And we can hear that family of 6, those very strong relationships, in all 12 instances that exist. So we sense all this tonal relationship effortlessly. It's built into our innate musicality. And once we know all the harmonic blocks organized into their diatonic families within a tonal matrix, we have the basic grounding in tonal organization that we need for us to become fluent in the language of musical tonality. But this is only true if we employ another skill or another principle, which is a little bit more subtle, a little bit more tricky to explain. And that's expressive intention. Now, tension and resolution, or home and away, as I prefer to call it, this is the underlying principle of tonal relationship. It works within a harmonic block. So as I was saying before, you definitely feel that this is home, not home, not home, because this one is home. And of course, we use home and away between different harmonic blocks. So if I play that whole block, that's B flat. And I say that's home. I feel that that one is home. I could choose a block that's related, or I could even choose something that's not related, like, I don't know, G flat. But I feel that B flat is home. And I can express that very clearly. However, to make certain blocks really feel like home or away, we can't rely entirely on the solid musical structure or theoretical structure or music theory. We need to use expressive intention. So what exactly is expressive intention and how does it work? Well, I can kind of show you how to use it. It's very natural. I mean, we use it in our normal speech, and even more so in speech if we speak poetically. But I'm not quite sure what it actually does to tonality. I mean, I can't really explain its tonal effect materially. I'm a pretty rational, skeptical sort of person, so I'd like a material explanation, but I can't find one. And all I know is that it definitely works, and we need to have it and to use it in order to be tonally fluent. So let me show you. Let's take two blocks, F and C. Which one is home and which one is away? Well, if I only use the three notes, the root, third, and fifth of each block and no others at all, there's actually no way theoretically to determine which one is home and which one is away. I could always use a key signature, I suppose, and provide a theoretical imperative. If the key signature is 1 flat, then F is home. If it's no sharps or flats, then C is home. But that's purely theoretical, isn't it? The key signature doesn't actually directly affect the sounds of the notes in the blocks materially. And so writing some sharps and flats on the beginning of a score can't possibly influence how the two blocks actually sound in relation to each other. So how do I actually do that? How do I make one of them sound like home and the other one sound like away? Well, I do it like this. So there you go. You're in no doubt that F felt like home and C was away. So this time, C is home. That's right, I swapped them round. C is home and F is away. And I did it without adding extra notes to lead you to experience a different key. There was no B flat for the F, and there was no B natural for C. You heard in both cases, just the roots, the third and the fifths of F and C. I did it by using expressive intention. I mean, I use rhythm, or more precisely, I use the feeling that the structure of groove creates, the sense of poetic storytelling that it generates. Da da dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da. I use the groove to intend one of the blocks as home and the other one as away. The normal thing that people do to make music make tonal sense is just to rely on their intuitive kind of karaoke sense of musical melody. They don't think about harmonic relationships in terms of home and away. They often don't even tag which chord or block they're on, and they don't use the groove to do it. If they do use groove, if they give groove any attention, they treat it as pure rhythm, something completely separate to tonality. But tonality is deeply connected to groove. Groove is the basic unfolding or syntax of music. So to feel home and away, we express it within the natural feeling of cadence that groove already has. Now, this sense of cadence, it exists in rhythmic meter even before we have any sound at all. This musical or poetic meter or feeling of childlike storytelling comes very naturally to us. It's built into us. But to do it consistently, we have to let go and focus on the structure of the matrix of the groove. Letting go and focusing on rhythmic and tonal and structure instead of focusing on the melodic result can be very tricky for people, because their minds can contain some very stubborn little gremlins that won't let them surrender and trust that the expressive intention actually comes from the rhythmic matrix or groove, and not the musical result itself, not how the melody goes. The groove, it's a very solid thing. It's a very solid, reliable structure, but it's also really flexible and really dynamic. And it generates this powerful communication between the performer, from the performer's intention to the listener's experience. And I know it's really hard to sort of grasp how it works materially. It can seem a little bit like magic, but I'm telling you it works. And it points to the fundamental importance of using rhythm and groove as the basis of fluent musicianship. Both parts of fluent musicianship, including tonal musicianship, not just rhythm. Tonal fluency is only possible if we develop our ability to use the expressive intention of groove by understanding its structure clearly, knowing where we are within it at every moment, and using it expressively, because rhythm comes first.